I'm Doug.
And I'm Cathy.
And this is Maggie Mae. Join us as we follow the moon. Now, that scene that you just saw was video that we shot when we went to the Tiffin Motorhome Class A factory to take the tour. And that little building that says Allegro is where we all met first thing in the morning. Now, this is going to be a little bit different video for us because after I shot that, we went in the building and found out they are no longer allowing video to be shot of the production process. But no fear, we took a ton of pictures. And so we're going to walk you through the tour with these pictures. Now, where you saw that unpainted, that gray coach coming out, if you go back to when I made a trip to Red Bay to do the walkthrough on our coach, that's the same spot, the railroad tracks, where I first saw our coach driving across and coming up to that little guard shack. So it still kind of gives me chills to see that happen. So sit back and enjoy. You're going to love this tour, I hope, even a fraction as much as what we did, because it was great.
It was.
Now, these first several pictures I took before our tour, and this is the Tiffin grounds, and you'll see Powerglide chassis, Freightliner chassis, Ford chassis, all sitting there waiting to become somebody's new home away from home. Now, the tour started with two of our tour guides, Brenda on the left and Jeanette on our right, and Jack Elliott, who has been with Tiffin Motorhomes for 48 of the 50 years they've been in business. And then we got ready to go across the lot.
But before we did, Bob himself came out and spent a couple of minutes just sharing a little bit about him. And I've got to tell you, I had so much emotion, not only here with Bob, but as we went through the plant and seeing all of the people there, you suddenly put a face to every single piece that is in your motorhome, in your home. And it was very emotional for me.
It was. Now, the first place we started was in the woodworking shop. And all the wood that you see stacked around there is either cherry, maple, or alder, all from the northwestern United States. Now, that machine takes the wood pieces, glues them together to make larger wood pieces. And it surprised me a little bit. I know everything is handmade, but it surprised me how much there was as far as modern technology. That piece went through and sanded everything after it was all put together. And you can see everything's put together with those screws in pockets. That's ceiling cutouts. Those are all cabinet faces. And Cathy's exactly right. Seeing the faces of the people who built your home, it's emotional, and you can tell there's a lot of pride in what they do. Now, these are all countertops sitting there getting ready to be married to kitchen cabinets, bathroom cabinets. They're already stained. There's one of the larger cabinets. And all of that motorhome's cabinets are loaded inside one of those trailers, and it actually follows them down through the assembly process. That young girl there looked like she must have been right out of high school.
Yeah.
And she's in there being a craftsman just like the guys that have been there for 30, 40 years.
Becoming the next generation.
That's right. Now, that's all solid surface countertop there. Here are the countertops with the sinks married to them. This fella's actually doing all of the edging that goes around the countertops. That is the basement floor, and it's all the plastic rubber coated. Now here you're going to see more solid surface countertop. And these machines going down the side of the building are all computer operated, and they make pieces with specific cutouts, so they're all exactly identical. Those are all hardwood finished boards to make like the ceilings and the other ornate cutouts. There's some more solid surface. There's a whole bunch of drawers getting ready to go into their new cabinets. And after we came through that end of the woodworking plant, we saw this outside. That collects all the sawdust, and that sawdust is all then recycled to make particle board and things like that. Now, it used to be at the end of the tour they would let you go through some of the new motorhomes. They no longer can do that post-COVID. But this was coming out of the chassis shop, and all of the Freightliner chassis are all bundled. They have to have the plastic bindings and coverings taken off. The Ford chassis are also there. The Powerglide chassis come to this point also. There's one of the Ford chassis. You can see the top of the engine there. That's one of the big Cummins engines in the back end of a diesel pusher.
I love the seat.
Yeah, and it's even more fun when you see those chassis driving around the lot like that. Now, as we went inside the first part of the production area, this is all the styrofoam that's used in the ceilings, and it's radiused, it's curved. The machine on the left is a computer-controlled cutter that cuts all the air conditioning vents, all of the where the ductwork goes, all of that. That 33AA over there, that's all the styrofoam pieces that go in the ceiling of a 33AA Red 360. Now here comes a chassis. That chassis's already gotten some of the preliminary plumbing and electrical ran into it, the aqua hot's in it. There goes one pass that's completed, ready to go to the paint factory. There's one of the gas engine ones, because you can see the generator in the back of it. One of the diesel pushers, that's all the electronics for the chassis. And that's one of the steps at the very back of the coach that covers the engine compartment. That's the thickness of the floor. So a good bit of insulation underneath your floor. And there's the floor laid onto that coach. Now this is how they come over from Belmont with the ceramic tile already on it. And this one is starting to get things installed inside the coach now. Those floors are put over by that machine on top of the chassis. Now here is a diesel pusher that they're working on everything that goes in the front of it, from air conditioning, the wiring for the generator. And there you'll see a half bath vanity in that trailer ready to be installed in the coach. Now that one is getting a little bit more installed on top of the floor, and what you see going up there is a roof. That's a one-piece fiberglass roof with all of the styrofoam and everything in it, as well as the lining. There is a sidewall. And that sidewall is going up in the air to get married to a chassis. There's one before the slide has went in it, and that one's got a good sized slide. There are the cabinets with the TV that go up above the windshield, and there's the front and back cap for new Red 360. Now that second story up there is where that roof goes, and they've got area up there. There's a roof with everything already in it, ready to go, and it's hoisted up on top of that coach And that's what the roofing material looks like. That's solid fiberglass. There's something in hot demand right now, a whole stack of Coleman air conditioners. There you can see the guys up on top working on that roof. By the time you get to that end of the building, it's went through 10 steps, and it's pretty much a complete drivable motorhome. These are the slides. That's a bedroom slide there. And those slides are completely finished when they're put in there. The furniture is already in them. That one's got a full body slide that'll be going in there shortly, but you can see the furniture in the other side. There's a slide just getting ready to be put in. There are the nightstands laying on the bed frame. That's the escape door that they're now offering in quite a few models of their coaches, and what it looks like from the inside. There's another slide with the sofa and the refrigerator box.
That looks like a kitchen window.
Yeah. And there's getting the front cap put on. They got a whole stack of entry doors laying there. This was on the diesel line. The diesel pushes are all built on one line, and then the gas line is also running the Allegro Bay Super Cs. We saw one of those coming off the end of that line. Now there's front caps all getting ready to go, and that's the inside of the front cap at the top and down at the bottom.
It was huge.
Yeah, you don't realize when you look at the coach just how massive those things are. Now, we went over to the wiring plant, and this is where all the wire looms are made for the coaches. And you'll hear those spools that look like big crayons back there. You'll hear the wire start being pulled out of one of those. And as it's pulling it out about every 6 inches, it letters on that wire what it's for, where it's supposed to go, so they can trace that wire throughout the coach if there's ever a problem with the wiring. Well, we hope you enjoyed the tour as much as we did. And that tour, there's one of 3 tours that Tiffin offers. All of their tours are back open again. They do a tour of the Red Bay facility where the Class A's and the new Super C Allegro Bay is made, which we took you on today. We were only there for 2 nights, and unfortunately with appointments that we had scheduled for our annual service, we weren't able to make it to the other 2. But they do a tour at Winfield, Alabama, which is where the Wayfarers Class C and the soon-to-be produced Midas are being built. And also over at Belmont, Mississippi, about 10 minutes away from Red Bay, at the paint factory. We've had several people tell us that that's the one you absolutely don't want to miss. It's really cool. That's also where they do all of the ceramic tile. They're cut with a water saw. It's amazing from what we understand. And then all those completed tile floors are put on a flatbed truck and taken over to Red Bay for the next day's production.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. We've got something special we're saving here at the end, but before we do that, I do want to thank you for coming along with us. If you liked today's video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so and ring that notification bell so you know when all of our new videos come out. Now, what we're saving for you is, since this is Tiffin's 50th anniversary, they started in 1972, we're going to give you a tour of a 1976 Tiffin Allegro motorhome. This is actually on display there, and I have seen it when we've been there before, but now that the tours are going, it's open. So we've got pictures for you of the inside, and when you think of 1976, what comes to mind?
Avocado green.
And?
harvest gold.
Yeah, and there's a lot of avocado green and harvest gold in this motorhome. So sit back and enjoy, and until next time.
Thank you for following us as we follow the moon.
Thanks for watching today.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel.
And be sure to ring the notification bell so you'll know when new videos come out.
Don't forget to follow us on social media too.